really very special to me again to have this event again. It's extra special to me because I have my parents here as well, since they often want to know what I'm doing, so it's a good chance to actually show them, and they're sitting right here with me. So welcome. And what I want to talk to you about tonight is role models. Some of you are graduating for the first time. And many of you have obviously spent a full year at university since I last spoke to you. And I think it's important, as you're at university and as you're learning and as you're hopefully enjoying yourself a little bit as well, but not too much, is to kind of understand what your life goals are. And sometimes when so busy doing things, learning, getting educated, one doesn't step back and say, what is this I'm trying to achieve? What is it that I actually want to do? And what is it that I want to get out of my life? And what is it that I want to give? And as you answer that question, as you think about that question, and as you perhaps start getting a clear idea of what it is you are trying to achieve, you are going to have to pick role models. We only have one life, unfortunately, and it's probably the case, so let's leave it at that. And therefore, it's absolutely imperative that we understand that we are limited by our own experiences. Yet, we also need to appreciate that we don't have to limit our experiences just to what we have if we open our minds to actually go and seek role models. These can be role models that are living today. They could be role models that perhaps lived 100, 200, 300 years ago. And what one needs to do is learn about them, understand what it is that they achieved, what it is that they wanted, and use that to act as a model for what you want to achieve and what your goals are. A couple of things with regards to role models. Firstly, and I hate to say this, no one's perfect. Might even include me. So what you need to do is, as you look at your role models, look at what is good from them. But every single person, the greatest person that you can imagine in your minds, is flawed. There's nothing wrong with that. Take the good out of everyone you see and ignore the bad. And even the bad can be useful, because what that tells you is what not to do. Be yourselves, pick the very best of all those role models that you can find. Learn from them, emulate them, and then exceed them. Because one of the things that sometimes happens, many people are actually constrained because something hasn't been done before, or somebody hasn't done it. And I think you can be more ambitious than that. Take from the role models, learn what they have done, and then aim to exceed that, wherever that is. Don't idealize anyone. And particularly in the celebrity culture that we are perhaps living in today, too often people get idealized and then they get degraded. No one is perfect. No one should be put up on a pedestal and worshipped. Everyone is the same. We are all human and we all bleed the same blood. But at the same time, don't denigrate anyone either. Because out of everyone, out of everything, we can learn. I have yet to meet an individual that I cannot learn from. Sometimes it's in the positive, sometimes it's the negative. Sometimes things that I'd rather not happen to me personally, in the business life, and so on. And once it's happened, one then has to say, pick oneself up, which one has to do. And the most important question is say, what did I learn from it? Not to say, why did it happen to me? Sometimes it happens. You do need to do a post-mortem. But what you need to do is, if you fail, there's nothing wrong with that, so long as you learned why you failed and you can correct it as well. So it goes with events and it goes with people. Role models and an understanding of what it is you want to achieve. And that is everything I have to say.